Hi! Hello everyone, this is Aegon of Astora, and welcome back to my blind playthrough of Elden Ring. This is episode number 14, being recorded on Friday the 2nd of September, 2022. I hope you're all having a fantastic day whenever it is you find yourself watching this. So, we do have a few beacons set. I'm quite scared. This area frightens me. I want to go back to Limgrave. I have one item on my list, and that is to read the description for the Uchi Katana, because we picked it up in the previous episode and I got all excited and then got distracted and didn't read it. So, a katana with a long single-edged curved blade, a unique weapon wielded by the samurai from the land of reeds. The blade, with its undulating design, boasts extraordinary sharpness, and its slash attacks cause blood loss. Skill: Unsheath. Skill of swordsman from the land of reeds. Sheath blade, holding it at the hip in a composed stance. Follow up with a normal or strong attack to perform a swift slash attack. So, yeah. I guess might as well do a quick overview of the map and where we're going. We do still have to deal with the Fringe Folk Hero's Grave. And, I feel like I was in such a rush when I went there the last time that I sort of ran past everything in an attempt to get past the trap that was there, such that I may have missed a Site of Grace. However, I don't really feel like going there right now just because, it is almost certainly to lead to at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 deaths. I was a bit emboldened by the fact that we got rid of the tree spirit that was in Stormville Castle in the previous episode, such that, I thought maybe we could go and, with a bit of, actually knowing what we're walking into, not be in such terrible shape. However, I think we're just going to proceed into Caelid, because this area frightens me and excites me all at once. So the first thing we're going to do is go and see what this cave over here is, followed by whatever the heck that is, followed by this Erdtree or great tree. I'm still not quite sure. I think it's a minor Erdtree, these trees here, but yeah, you all almost certainly know better than me at this point because you've been playing this game, and I'm obviously only just getting started. So the sky here really is quite something. It's a sight to see. Something I've not talked about yet. I've talked about the soundscapes of the game and how, interesting I find them. But I've not talked about the music, really. Invaded by Anastasia Tarnished Eater. Okay. Hello, Anastasia. Whoa, that's a fancy jump attack you got there, friend. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't know why I'm suddenly trying to heal with triangle like I'm playing Bloodborne. Oh, I can't parry that. Presumably because she's two-handing it. How do I get her to one-hand it? So, the moveset at least is reminiscent of the butcher knife or whatever. Oh gosh, the woman in... There we are. Whoa, okay. The woman in Blighttown. Gosh. The one who has the bag over her head. Or maybe I'm thinking of the women in the depths. Gosh darn it. Yeah, in your mid-30s, I think the first thing that starts going is your memory. Recusant Vanquished. A talisman carried by assassins who strike unseen, patterned on a scorpion freshly shed of its exoskeleton. Its claws seizing a heart with a blessed glow. Raises holy attack power, but lowers damage negation. That's interesting. So, yeah, if we were in a situation in which a friend was very susceptible to holy damage, or, you know, those who live in death, this might actually be useful, but it sort of turns us into a glass cannon. So you can use it perhaps in conjunction with the blue dancer charm. If you're going to be a glass cannon anyway, might as well go full glass cannon and get the additional attack power that you would get for having this equipped. Okay, well, we might as well rest at the site of grace again. Try jump attack. I assume they mean while facing that invader. So something that confused me previously, and I guess I'm still somewhat confused about it, is the summoning pools and how you have to activate summoning pools. Because I mentioned in the previous episode I did some co-op in between the previous episode and the episode prior. So if this is episode 14, in between episodes 12 and 13. But I'm wondering... So at one point I dropped my small sign. And my understanding is that my small golden effigy, which sends your sign to various different summoning pools. Okay, this is a fancy graveyard right on the border of the two locations. So, yeah. Seemingly, anyway. Let's see. No, we're still in Caelid. But then we walk a little bit over here. And it's a hard transition. Or maybe not as hard as I was making it out to be. Anyways, in between the previous episodes 12 and 13, I did some co-op. And I was summoned when I used the small effigy instead of the, whatever it's called, the tarnished furled finger, to a different location to a different spot within the same area, so within the castle. And because previously I was questioning whether you had to actually activate the summoning pool in order to be summoned or be invaded. I think still in order to be invaded you have to summon someone. But I imagine that you don't actually have to activate the summoning pool in order to summon people. You just have to use... What was it? You just have to use one of these, the Furl Calling Finger Remedy. I'm not sure how I feel about requiring the use of a consumable item to reveal co-op and hostile summoning signs. I think it really makes it difficult to do co-op. And again, I mentioned in a previous episode, yeah, difficult to do co-op, especially with someone you're trying to sort of Sherpa through the game. Someone who might not be as adept at the game as you are, which is something I always enjoyed doing when I had more time to play these games. But yeah, anyways. Lord Godfrey, at last at the end of his campaign, his golden armies unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered, and faded. Well, that's a nice epitaph, I guess. Again, I'm left wondering about this painting and where it's supposed to actually take us. Is that a giant friend? It is. So we obviously want to be up here, because we said we wanted to go to the first beacon there. So all of that is to say, my complaints about co-op in an earlier episode are seemingly not, they weren't accurate complaints, or at least they weren't complaints that were based in the actual mechanics of the game. But still, I do wonder about their decision to place... Oh, it looks like we're going to have to go a little bit further back in order to access the location we're aiming to access. I am wondering, though, whether we explored this piece of land here. Yeah, you know what? I actually really don't know. So we might as well call Torrent and let's have a look. What are these messages for? Strong foe ahead. Yes, I was definitely aware of that. He's lost his contact lenses though, so we should be able to get by without much issue, thankfully. Oh no. Oh no. Whoa! Okay. Okay, he's rolling. I did not know the the giant friends could roll. I guess this one is definitely special. Okay, he's chained. I do imagine that we've probably been here. Church of Marika is right over there. Or is it underneath us? No, it's to the side. It's right there, okay. Yeah, it really doesn't look like there's anything here. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Oh, this friend looks rather emaciated. Oh no. Oh, there's one that just sort of rose from the blood. Okay, you get out of here, Torrent. I'll take care of this. Okay, that's... yeah. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the YouTube horror series called The Backrooms. I suppose it's also like a broader thing, but I'm really only paying attention to the YouTube series. But the way in which this friend appeared to sort of pop out of the blood there reminded me of at least my interpretation of one of the most recent episodes of that particular YouTube series, in that it appeared as though the monster in the Backrooms, in that particular iteration of it in that YouTube series, Kane Pixels, that of Kane Pixels, that the monster appears to have sort of emerged from blood in a weird way. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that, but eerie, definitely eerie. Drawstring lightning grease. Solidified grease made from a mixture of fulminating materials, craftable item. A short string is attached to this lump. Quickly coats armament, inflicting lightning damage, but with a brief effect owing to its small size. So once more, we have a slight buff based on the time of day, which is, yeah, it's a mechanic I actually find very interesting, but, I imagine it would be a fairly limited use case for that mechanic, because it doesn't last tremendously long, I don't think. Interesting, we've definitely entered Caelid earlier, but we're only now seeing the title card. And there's this wall of molten rock, I guess? Does it hurt us? No, it doesn't. Molten and smoldering. Of course, there's a site of grace there, thankfully. So I suppose this is number 2. We might as well sit at the site of grace before going to the first site. Okay, that is Oh my gosh, what the heck? I didn't want to deal with any more birds. Oh, why? Oh no, why? Why? Why does it have teeth? I really did not want to deal with any more birds. Oh my goodness. There's a ghost friend there. Death ahead indeed. Nascent butterfly. Nascent butterfly, an arcane butterfly with translucent wings, material used for crafting items, exceedingly rare to find. This butterfly appears as if it's just emerged from its cocoon for its entire life. It's interesting. What is the arrangement here of this person's... Are they prostrating? It looks like they are prostrating. Hi, friend. Oh, it's rotting, everything rotting scarlet. The very earth that Caelid rests upon, and Celia, the town of sorcery, the end is nigh for us all. I got the timing a bit off on that one, so apologies. Okay, we get it. We understand, friend. Very sorry to hear that. This town is definitely not kingdom, whatever this place is, in pretty rough shape. Yep. Well done to you as well, friend. Shack of the Rotting. Oh my goodness. You just want a hug? Oh, okay. That's a status effect I've not seen yet. Wonder what kind of bolus will help me deal with that. Frightening. Wonder what kind of bolus to help me deal with that. Preserving boluses. Obviously, Aegon, what the heck? Oh, I've already crafted several of these, clearly. Scarlet boluses made of cave moss. Craftable item. Alleviates scarlet rot buildup and cures rot ailment. Scarlet rot accumulates gradually, coming into effect once the threshold is reached. Scarlet rot ailment greatly lowers HP in steady increments for a period. Oh my gosh, I was wondering what the heck I was hearing there. This friend is very patient, though. Thank you, friend, for your patience. Yeah, they were just breathing there. Are you my friend? For real? Oh man, that's rough. So, it seems to be some sort of flesh-eating disease. Uh-oh. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Okay, thankfully we didn't reach the threshold. But that hurt quite a bit. I was wondering whether I'd be able to parry that, and I guess the answer is no. Okie dokie, so yeah, a whole new set of horrors to deal with in this particular location, evidently. I thought we were prepared to go to a new area. I'm not sure that we actually are. Certainly, I don't feel well equipped to deal with the birds with teeth. That was a massive one there. Is this a similarly sized one, or is perspective playing tricks on me? Gosh, everything here is just gross. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. Someone at FromSoft has clearly been watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, and they have even the slime monsters are infected by the rot here. Gosh darn it. Oh, this is going to take ages. I realized I've still not even killed one of these. We came across one or two. One on one of the beaches, I want to say. And then another one in Stormhill. Okay. Another one that was in Stormhill that was sort of smoldering. But I just sort of ran by them because, yeah, I anticipated fighting them would be exactly like that, where you're just hacking away and nothing happens. So, yeah. Don't feel bad about that. Okay, so that's number one. That's where we originally planned to go. Just a miserable, miserable place. And I suspected it would be, but gosh darn, yeah, I had no idea the extent of it. Oh. So these friends all just come out of the ground then, it seems. Might have to spend a bit more time on Torrent in this area than we have up to this point. Because, yeah. Gosh, these are... I assume fire pots or something would help us deal with them, but once again, we don't have a tremendous capacity in our cracked pot. Perhaps at some point we'll get a pot that is not cracked and it will be easier to deal with them. But, yeah, until such time, I have no problem just ignoring them. I do enjoy all the messages, and that's been a thing since Dark Souls 1. All the messages in very difficult to reach places, or places where there should not be messages, because then it just challenges you, essentially, to see if you... Oh my gosh, they're coming after me. All of them. The whole slime crew. Don't even remember what these friends were called in Dark Souls. They were in Dark Souls and as well as in Dark Souls 3, although they were a little bit different in Dark Souls 1, I want to say. If only I had a light flower. Indeed. Okay, so... These are different. These friends are different than the friends we've seen up to this point. I want to say that's a completely different sigil, or is it? Oh my gosh, they're still chasing us. More frame drops. That was not in the recording just now. And I keep saying frame drops. I guess it's technically not frame drops. Frame drops refers to something rather specific, I think. But when I say frame drops... What I mean is a sudden drop in frame rate. I guess I should distinguish between those things, but because frame drops will refer to, like, I guess ultimately they're the same thing, but, you know, for anyone who suspects that I was using the incorrect term, I've also questioned whether I was using the incorrect term. So some people have had issues with these friends. I want to say these are Godric soldiers. Was it Godric or was it Godfrey? I think it's Godfrey. Some of you are screaming at your monitors right now. My sincerest apologies to you, but I don't remember. And I have way too many items. But I'm reasonably certain it was Godfrey. Because there was an item that spoke about how, to this day, Godfrey's soldiers are still sort of burning the rot away at various different places. Again, I can't tell it. Is this... It's just a giant thing, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh my... What? I was wondering, like, is this a perspective thing? Is my perspective screwed up? But no, these are... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought maybe I was... But why are these friends not fighting back? Have I triggered... Oh, and there's one of those ghost things. And a Site of Grace. Let's see if we can mark down the Site of Grace. Absolutely miserable. Yeah, so I'm wondering if the painting thing has something to do with these ghost footprints. Gosh, I don't even want to play this game right now. Oh, okay, these friends have... This one friend, anyway, has noticed us. I want to say there's also a cave right here, so that's why we're starting here. Oh, they've both noticed us, okay. Yeah, here's the cave. Okay, let's see if there is a Site of Grace in here. Gael Tunnel, as in Slave Knight Gael? Oh, no, okay. That's bad. There's no Site of Grace here, seemingly. Yeah, these are different soldiers. Lord Sworn's Bolt. Thankfully, those other friends got scared and ran away for some reason. I suppose they chained on the outside of the cave, but... Well-crafted bolt with an illustrious design, wielded by regulars of a lord's army, deals more damage than its commonplace cousin. Okay, okay, I do see a Site of Grace there, but that is quite the drop. And I know I was mentioning in the previous episode that I've got to learn to be a bit more brave when it comes to fall damage in this game, but I don't know if I'm prepared to be that brave as of yet. Okay, is this a ghost or an... No, that was another player. Okay, that scared me. Wow, thankfully they completely chained. I thought it was close enough for a backstab there. Clearly not. Yeah, so these are, I think, Godfrey soldiers, because they're carrying around, yeah, fire. Did not mean to parry there. No! Okay, I'm struggling here. Oh gosh darn it, Aegon. Okay, that was, I need a better plan for how to deal with them, because that was not good. Okay, do we make a run for the Site of Grace? I think we do. Oh no. Okay, we're good, we're good. Again, really I don't have a good sense of fall damage and how much of it we can take, but I assume that will come with time. Okay, what do we do now? I'm just scared. Everywhere is everything, and it's all frightening. Like, what is this thing here? What? Okay, it's some sort of flamethrower device that they're using to try and deal with the rot, I presume? Wow, I am gobsmacked. I really am. Okay, let's go to that tunnel. We'll try to, at least we can try to get some Sites of Grace unlocked. Oh no, okay. That was bad. Sorry, Torrent. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so in the previous episode I wondered about that wall that we saw when we went to Fort Height. It does indeed look like it's a wall just to indicate, hey, you can't take Torrent in here. Wherever the voice actor is for these friends, definitely enjoyed themselves on that day at the recording studio. Okay, so now make the sound like, you know, you're dying, but like you're really, you know, sad and upset about it. Okay, how about this? It's so over the top. You're dying, but you're also inflicted with this terrible disease called rot, scarlet rot. Okay, does scarlet rot sound like or yeah, the latter for sure. I would love it if one day they sort of made a behind the scenes look. No, that's bad. As I was saying, I'd love it if one of these days they made sort of a behind-the-scenes look at the production of a Souls game and sort of what stuff is involved, because obviously, oh, yeah, get him, friends, good job. The mystique of the Souls games is sort of, you know, if they were to do that, they would sort of, it would run counter to part of what makes these games special, in that, like, there is so much mystery, at least for Western audiences, about, you know, why FromSoft does what they do and the very specific way in which they do it, because they're so different than anyone else out there. Radon Soldier Greaves. So these are soldiers of the boss of the area, seemingly. Greaves worn by soldiers who fought by General Radon's side, rust-worn and stained through unending conflict. So the doggos outside, giant doggos, are still fighting those Radon soldiers out there. Okay, so notwithstanding what I said again in earlier in this episode and in the previous episode about being more brave with fall damage, I think that was, obviously I didn't intend to fall where I fell, but still need to be careful because you can still die from fall damage. So jumping is a much safer bet there than is just rolling. Beautiful. Okay, so I don't think we want to proceed just yet because we are still in Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, I guess there goes that plan. Yeah, so I was wondering about that. In the previous caves and tunnels in which we entered and we found that we couldn't warp anywhere, I was wondering why that was a thing when it was seemingly of no consequence, because we could just walk right back out and yeah, there was no issue whatsoever. And I suppose maybe because those were more or less introductory areas, they were trying to prepare you for this particular moment where you think, oh, it's okay, I'll just go light the site of grace and then walk out and go somewhere else. And, hold on. I'll go light the site of grace and then go somewhere else. Oh, I thought I had a no gesture. I guess the closest I have is this. No. Okay, so I guess we're doing this area then. So to finish my thought about these stakes of Marika, I think they're called. Summoning pool is now functional, but even if we hadn't activated it, my understanding anyway is that we'd still be able to summon people who are using the finger here. It's just we can't summon people or be invaded by people who are using the summoning pool. I think that's how it works anyway. I'm still not 100% clear on that, but okay. I want to say there's no way out of here, and so we might as well just finish the area, but I could be wrong. There might be a way out, but okay, this guy's a lot more aggressive than they were in the last tunnel. And so once again, maybe my criticisms, if you can call them that. I don't think I was overly critical of the previous tunnel and cave that we entered, are due that, again, maybe it was just due to the introductory nature of the area and that they were sort of saving the more difficult and complex tunnels and caves and whatnot, these sort of Chalice Dungeon-esque areas, for later in the game in other areas. What's going on here? So some of the soldiers, like there was the one that was sitting there. Okay, and we have one of these crow hydra friends. Ooh, wow, okay. So that's actually, this is quite a valuable place to be. And so I was trying to tease out, like, are the soldiers sort of keeping them here? I was going to say by gunpoint, but by knife point, I suppose. Like, as soon as we backstab the soldier, everyone is going to rush at us, and we're going to be in deep trouble. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's run back up here. Oh! I was expecting him to stagger. He did not. Oh no! Okay, this is bad. There are way more of them than there are of us. Oh my gosh! absolutely obliterated. Okay, now I'm scared of losing all my souls / runes, so I'm gonna equip Sacrificial Twig. And I'll also buff my weapon and then rest at the Site of Grace. Use all the tricks in the book. Oh, okay. Thankfully, I didn't realize we were so close to the Site of Grace when we died. Okay, in that case, because it looks like we picked up a rather large consumable rune. We did indeed. So maybe I'll use this and level up. No, I guess it's not that large. Oh, large enough. Well, I really messed up in this one. Just thinking, because I was in survey mode. So, once again, as with the first, I don't know, 10 episodes of this playthrough, something like that. And I'm not going to do it for 10 episodes again in this area, because I think I have a better sense of what I'm doing now. I spent, the beginning of our time in Limgrave essentially just surveying areas and accumulating sites of grace so that we could then just knock them out one by one. Oh, too early, too early. Panic parry did not pan out there. And so I was thinking that we would be just doing the same thing here. And that it was, good idea to just, okay, we'll get this Site of Grace, and then we'll move on to the next one and see what we can do there, and sort of make a decision as to which areas to tackle first. But, yeah, again, I hadn't anticipated getting completely stuck in this area. No! Oh, I forgot to unequip the twig. Whoops. Okay, well, we won't have... Gosh darn it. We won't be able to use that at any point. Probably are better off with fire damage negation in this area. We're in quite a pickle, aren't we? I'm not even going to fart around anymore. Let's just do this properly. How did you even see me? I guess because I wasn't sneaking. Oh, this friend has a ton of poise. They do not stagger at all. Ouch. Thankfully, these friends do stagger quite easily. So quite easy to just stun lock them to death, but... You stuck there, friend? Whoops. That's too bad. Really is too bad. Okay, what's around here? So this is obviously a strategically important place, given the size of the detachment here, the number of soldiers here. There are so many and they're everywhere. And indeed, the fact that these are the first smithing stone 4s that we've come across. So it makes sense because that is a rare upgrade material, at least up to this point in the game. So I guess the areas are not necessarily... They're not Gosh, what do we do here? The areas are not equal in terms of, you know, you can go to any of these areas right at the start of the game, but that's not the same as saying, oh yeah, these areas are all essentially on par difficulty-wise. Unless, of course, everything scales based on your level and, you know, how well upgraded and equipped your character is, which I don't think that's the case, but that would be very interesting. Cracked crystal. Oh, that's bad. Okay, let's have a look at this. Get to a safe spot first. Music is freaking me out. Cracked crystal, a cracked, impure, degraded, and altogether unremarkable crystal, material used for crafting items, widely found in crystal tunnels. Okay, so we just have to continue with our slow and steady approach. I feel like it was taking out that guy last time that was the cause of our downfall. However, I'm not sure if there's really any alternative here. So let's run back. Gosh darn it. Yeah, it's the guy who's sleeping there. It really ends up being the troublesome one. Because he obviously blows the horn. Which serves as their alarm. I really have to use my weapon art more often, but I suppose I am using my FP for quite a few things at this point, so... Oh no, that's bad. Ooh, that was close. Gotta keep them stun locked and you're fine. Okay. Still alive. I feel like one or two of those friends went missing. Are these boluses? No, crystals. It really does make me think about Skyrim once again. I actually downloaded Skyrim after I started this playthrough in an attempt to go to whatever that underground area was. And maybe I'll still do that before we return to the Siofra River well. To sort of draw comparisons between the two areas. However, the last time I played Skyrim was on the Xbox 360, even though I do have it on the PS4. And yeah, at that time I just, my hard drive got corrupted in the middle of my Dark Souls 1 casual playthrough in something like 2015. Not here, so does that mean there's nothing here? And yeah, essentially lost everything because of that. Oh, gosh darn it, this is dreadful. So, yeah, so I downloaded it on the PS4, which is great because, you know, you can add mods and everything. However, I realized that the underground city whose name presently escapes me, is actually, like, you can't get there right at the start of the game. You do kind of, oh my gosh, of course there's one of the crow-headed hydras there. Crow-beaked hydras, I'm not sure how to describe them. But yeah, so I don't know, maybe I will try and do that before we go there to the Siofra River Well, but I don't know when that will be. And I'm still, you know, I want to say because of the fact that there's actually an entire second level. So when you look at this area, it shows the underworld, underside of the map, which that's got to mean something, I would imagine. I can't imagine it's just another sort of tunnel area like this one, although I say that in a way sort of slagging off the tunnel areas. However, as this area has made clear, these areas actually appear to be a fair bit more comprehensive than I was expecting. Okay, this friend... I've clearly already forgotten how to fight them. Which is to say, you need to take out their tentacles. Oh, that's bad. This one has a ton of HP. Gosh darn it. Enjoy those iframes. No! Stop puking on me, please. Okay, I was hoping for some flasks there. Again, I do wonder whether I'm imagining that. It's just sort of confirmation bias that I have this idea that the drop rate is lower than it actually is when you're not in the open world. But yeah, you know, it's great that we're getting all these somber smithing stones that are level 4 and smithing stones level 4, but obviously we have to make it out of here first if we're going to be able to use any of them. Cross Najinata. What the heck is that? The weapon consisting of a 3-pronged blade affixed to a long pole. The long central blade closely resembles a katana. A weapon of the land of reeds, known for its ability to be wielded as a spear while still being capable of performing slashing attacks. Skill, impaling thrust. Skill that lets piercing armaments overcome enemy shields. Build power, then lunge forward for a strong thrust that pierces an enemy's guard. Alright. Okay. Now, we might be in trouble because we only have one Crimson Tears flask remaining. So, but we've already more or less cleared this one area, so my hope is that just be careful. We might actually be okay here. Although, yeah, this entire area has already been cleared. Okay, great. So now we just need to be extra careful. Oh, did I miss anything on the walls, I suppose? Yeah, so the thing that made me think of Skyrim again was when you go into one of these caves or tunnels or whatever, and you know, see all this stuff on the walls that you have to mine for upgrade materials or building materials in Skyrim. I think that was a large part of the crafting armor or something, smithing places. Yeah, it was a long time ago that I played Skyrim. Pretty much, yeah, as I mentioned earlier in this playthrough, pre-Souls for me. Skyrim was my game of choice until such time as I started playing Dark Souls. Okay, so I'm going to drop down here and then try to not wake this friend up. Oh, of course he wakes up. Don't you dare. Thank goodness, okay. He was totally going for his horn there. Keep him stun locked. Grace Mimic. Okay, interesting. So that's the item we got from Gatekeeper Gostock. Not that. Grace Mimic. Which was described as a fetish, which, yeah, I'm still kind of confused about that usage of it. I guess it makes sense based on the definition we looked up, but... Large glintstone scrap. I want to say we've already read that. Yes, we have. What was it? Break gem to do what? Using FP to produce a magic bolt. Okay. I was thinking it would actually regenerate something, but no. This is not Dark Souls 2, sadly. No more life gems. So this area is far more elaborate than any of the previous tunnels, I want to say. Although that looks like a boss room, if our previous experience is anything to go by. Reasonably certain that's a boss room. And you can see the boss there just sort of sleeping. Oh! Oh! Yes! Yes! Hi, friend. I missed you.
Oh, the esteemed warrior. Where did you spring from? This was supposed to be a dead end, I'm sure of it. What's going on here? A door from thin air? Well, stranger things happen at sea, or so I'm told. But onward to the Caelid wilds. Gosh, that dead end had me rather stumped.
So, what? How was he stuck? He couldn't open the door, or can he not fit through the door? Oh, man. I was not expecting that. Like, opened the door, and then immediately I felt terror because I thought, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to have to fight another pot friend. And then I realized it was this guy. What the heck is his name again? Oh, gosh darn, I was hoping it would show us. Hi, friend. Can you remind me what your name is?
It's time I set off to the festival at Redmane Castle on the southern edge of the scarlet rot-blighted Caelid wilds. Doesn't the thought just set your heart aflutter?
It certainly does. Can you do team jousting? Is that a thing at the tournament?
It's time I set the festival.
Okay.
The thought.
Festival. So we have to go south, basically, if we want to hang out with our friend. Oh, man. What a massive relief. I was just so scared. Oh my gosh, another pot friend. And then I realized it was him, and it was just pure elation. Okay, so he didn't actually leave. So, what is this site of grace then? Rear Gael Tunnel entrance. That's Fort Gael North, Gael Tunnel. So I wonder... This doesn't lead outside, does it? Oh, wow, so there's actually two different entrances. Okay, that's pretty cool. How did I... Oh, okay. I was saying, oh yeah, there's definitely nothing there. Clearly, I was wrong. But of course, I was up there, so I didn't actually... Gosh darn it. You know, at a certain point, I'm going to have to just... Every single cliff in the game, we're going to have to survey everything and just make doubly sure that there's nothing we're missing. Because I'm almost certain there's going to be a cliff or, you know, a tunnel or something somewhere that we're not going to be aware of. But, well, you know, that's kind of pointless because seemingly the boss is right there. So there's really no point in us turning around now. We might as well finish the tunnel. Gael's Tunnel. Or Gael Tunnel, I should say. Our friend is still there as well. Okay. I suppose before we proceed, we should go see if we can upgrade our weapon. Although, crud. Okay. So we have to go stand outside. It's kind of silly now that we have the ability to just walk outside, but earlier I should have been a bit more cautious. So note to self, if you walk into a cave or a tunnel or something and, you know, you have to... If the Site of Grace is not right there, then be ready to do the entire area. Hello.
Well, where have you been hiding? I took you for dead. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms, then.
Okay, so we can upgrade this now to plus 8. Gosh, I had no... In no universe would I have thought I'd be taking a halberd through the game. But it just sort of is where we're at. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, so we have all this level 4 smithing stone, but we still need level 3 smithing stone. So, you know, I wonder if there's another tunnel somewhere or something that has the smithing stone we need. Okay, back to it then. I thought you were on your way to the tournament, friend. What happened? It's funny how he doesn't even show up on the map, because, yeah, I honestly can't remember his name, so he will just continue to be Jar Friend. Almost missed that. Okay, whatever it is that's here looks frightening. Gosh darn it, I'm scared. It looks like it might be another tree spirit, maybe? Magma Wyrm. Oh, gosh darn it. Oh, that was a very delayed attack. Okay, interesting. Oh my gosh, jellyfish friend, no! Wow, talk about getting obliterated. Wow. It's the fire damage, clearly, that is a problem here. It's almost reminiscent of, who was it in Dark Souls 1? That was... I want to say... one of the Daughters of Chaos. The one... Gosh, wow. My memory really is gone at this point. The one we fight in order to gain access to the second Bell of Awakening. Gosh darn it. Same sort of boss fight where you're trying your darndest to avoid the flames and lava everywhere. Caelana, I think. Oh, gosh darn it. Don't throw a tantrum just because you got hurt. Thought I... Oh my gosh, okay. I really should have unequipped my torch. Oh my gosh, the camera. Oh no. Okay, that's potentially going to be an issue. So I crafted some poison bone arrows. I have 60 of them. The question is, do we want to try and use them? Because I'm not sure. So we can use Jellyfish Friend, but we need to somehow keep them alive. I don't know how exactly we're going to do that, but yeah. Okay, let's give it another shot. In theory, Jellyfish Friends should be just fine because, like, they don't actually touch the ground, so... But I feel like they actually took quite a bit of fire damage in that last boss fight. Oh gosh darn it. Unless, of course, this friend is somehow immune to poison, which would be rather inconvenient for the duo of Regret and Jellyfish Friend. Wow, one-shotted. Okie dokie. Should we try poison? Try poisoning them ourselves and then summoning Jellyfish Friend or something. Yeah, let's give it a shot, see what happens. Gosh darn it. Oh, this is terrible. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this boss. Really, I'm not a fan. Are you? You're not headed out, are you? You're just here to watch me suffer. All because I forgot your name. I'm sorry. Forgetting everything today is not personal. Maybe I should try one of the other summons. This Jellyfish Friend is not exactly doing well here. Like, nor am I, of course, but... dreadful. absolutely dreadful. Okay, maybe we'll try with no summon at all, because, yeah, how could it be any worse than that? Well, you could just not dodge and die that way. I guess that's how. Okay, change of plans. What we're going to do is we're going to mark this site of grace as a place that we should be returning to. Because, yeah, not enjoying this boss fight whatsoever. So we are going to get our runes and save quit. Of course, they're sleeping on it. Okay, thank goodness it worked. Okay, see you later, jar friend. Take care. See you at the tournament at some point. Yeah, I think we will definitely come back to that. Well, I think we'll come back to that. We will definitely come back to that, and I went the wrong way. But for now, I would like to go see what's going on at that Erdtree, the minor Erdtree that is sort of north of here. Which way am I going? Here. So I don't believe it's that Erdtree. It's this one, so number 3. But I believe number 3 is now number 1, because I don't think we have any of the other ones, yeah. So we'll just warp here and take the easy way there. Okie dokie. I feel better now. Because, yeah, and just, you know, I'm sure I could have beaten that boss if we had just kept at it, but yeah, not a fan personally of, you know, you jokingly say kids love playing the ground is lava or X is lava, but in this, it's literally true that the ground is lava. And yeah, I just don't find those types of boss fights especially interesting or engaging, because you're just constantly having to, yeah, get away from annoying attacks. Okay, so these are very different looking friends than the ones we've seen up to this point. So presumably they are inflicted with another kind of blight or rot. It's distinct from that which we've seen up to this point. What the heck is it, though? Well done, friend. Oh, that's definitely some sort of poison. Oh, I'm just spamming the parry button now. Oh my gosh. Dreadful. Yeah, they are looking rough. So yeah, so we will come back to that boss fight because, yeah, just was not enjoying that. Whereas many of the boss fights in the game up to this point, even if I died 20, 30 times, perhaps with the exception of the dragon friend, what was their name? Gael. I'm trying to get a look at their faces, but no such luck. I should have known that the path to the Erdtree would be quite treacherous as well. But yeah. This is another friend sort of looking or sitting at the cliff. Let me see if we can get a look at their faces. Their face, I should say. Yeah, you know, I appreciate the mechanic. Oh my goodness, okay, that's frightening. I appreciate the mechanic which makes them transparent so that your camera doesn't get stuck on them, but then it makes it a bit more difficult to get shots like this without making it look like your halberd is sticking through their face. So yeah, they're wearing some kind of frightening mask. Oh, oh no! One of these days, I'd love for a FromSoft game to have the Wilhelm scream in it. I don't mean Wilhelm like... What? Oh, please tell me this friend is friendly. That can't be the tournament, because he said the tournament was in the southern part of the continent. That is not the southern part of the continent. Whoa, you got some... You're quite quick on your feet there. Very agile, friend. Good job. Agility is not my character's strong suit, in part because I'm so stuck in the Souls mindset where you can't jump. Even though I'm fully aware that, you know, jump attacks and stuff are a thing in this game. Very nice. Guardian greaves, so they're guardians. Engraved golden greaves worn by the guardians of the minor Erdtrees. In accordance with an ancient pact with the Erdtree, it is said that their deaths led not to destruction, but instead to renewed eternal life as guardians. Interesting. So that's a thing in many religions, the idea that, like, if you're good and you follow the rules and you do what you're supposed to, then yeah, you're rewarded with some sort of eternal life. But in this case, it doesn't really seem, it's not like an eternal life in paradise. You're literally just doing the same thing that you were doing before you died, seemingly. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I suppose you wouldn't expect in a FromSoft game. FromSoft has never been, in its storytelling, especially kind or charitable to religious orders, which, in light of, you know, real-world history and whatnot, I suppose you can understand why that would be the case, but... Okay, this, again. What the heck are you? So I want to say this place is like the Blight Town of this game. But again, I don't want to get stuck in this trap of, you know, claiming that everything has its own sort of archetype within the Souls games. And also, what are you? Gosh darn it, that looks like a great bow and great arrows. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. So that's going to be a struggle, unless that's an I help anytime sort of friend. One can only hope. Okay, I guess that rock in the way is much too large. Oh, no, there they are. Whoops. Sorry, friend. I'm not even seeing these materials half the time. Oh, I can summon Jellyfish Friend once we go past that point. For some reason that root actually looked like it could be a hostile friend. Have another one up here. The soundscape here is absolutely frightening. Oh, wow, you are sneaky. You might want to see a doctor about that, friend. I don't think that's a natural sort of flatulence. Ooh. Yes, I am a doctor, but not that kind of doctor, so show your fancy moves to someone else who's a medical doctor can help you with that sort of thing. Oh my goodness, I did not deserve to survive that. That was dreadful. Once again, open world flash recharge, so yeah, at this point I'm convinced that that is a mechanic. And that I'm not just imagining that. You guys are doing a great job of guarding this Erdtree, I gotta say. Wow, we are, really getting quite a few appraisals. Thank you to anyone who has appraised our message. Somehow doubt that anyone watching this was among the 20-odd people who did, but okay. There's a lot of frightening stuff happening here. I can barely process like a tenth of it. So even on these tree roots here, there's sort of a there's a phobia of that exists of like lots of tiny circles, which totally makes sense that that would be a thing, because of course if it's something that looks gross and it could possibly give you an infection, then it very well might, and you know, so stands to reason that that would be some sort of survival mechanism that we evolved over extended periods of time. But yeah, I get very triggered by lots of tiny circles. Or maybe triggered isn't quite the right word. It freaks me out, makes me feel all sort of gross. Minor Erdtree. But this friend here is a major something. This looks like a pot graveyard. Jar graveyard, I guess. What the heck even are you? Don't know where its face is. I assume we're looking... Oh. Yeah, that's his face. Okay. Jellyfish friend, we need you. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Ooh, Putrid Avatar. Okay. I have a feeling this friend is going to be immune to poison. Oh, okay, that's bad. Oh my gosh, what a respawn. I didn't even realize we walked past the stake of Marika. Okay, this is a dilemma. What the heck was the build-up? that we were experiencing there. That seemed quite severe. Okay, we no longer need fire damage. I think we might need to increase our vitality. Okie dokie. Kind of reminiscent of, oh gosh darn it. Oh, that actually not only causes buildup, it also takes away your HP. I was wondering how we basically got one shot in the previous boss fight. Reminiscent of like the Chaos Demons, Dark Souls 1 and 3. And the Asylum Demon and whatnot. But just different enough. Oh no, that's bad. Wow, amazed we survived that. No, jellyfish friend. Oh. Oh gosh darn it, the range on that. Uh-oh. Oh! Wow. I do love this respawn. It's probably not possible to just run past this, friend, but be interested in giving it a shot. Maybe not right now, but Okay, let's very slow with all my buffs. Ouch. Oh, gosh darn it. Again, with all these hazards, you really have to stay away from in the middle of the boss fight. It's a pain. Oh, no. Sorry, jellyfish friend. Gosh. Like jellyfish friend really should be immune to those things because he's floating above the ground. No reason why those attacks should affect him. Wow, I got greedy there, but thankfully. Oh crud! No. Oh, this is bad. No. Gosh darn it. What the heck? You know, sometimes I just don't understand how the stake of Marika works. Because sometimes it just feels like it doesn't trigger when it should, or is it that I fell to my death, which brought me back here? Yeah, not really sure. That's a little bit annoying, though. So where the heck even were we? We were basically here. Okay. Okay. Oh! Looks like you may, in fact... Oh, no. May, in fact, be able to... No, you can't. It looks like it's a dead end. Oh! Oh, crud. Iframes, thank you! Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm into this. I am all sorts of into this. Oh no! Oh! They saw right through me. Okay, that's one way of potentially cheesing the boss. You know, I'm surprised that they really don't seem to have thought about this as a cheese possibility, or maybe they did. I'm sure it won't be long until I regret this. It's weird, he like teleports back. I say he, really no discernible gender on this friend, but they like teleport back essentially. I'm not sure if the poison is working. Oh. That was silly of me. Okay, I guess we'll just continue on this path, and if we need to retreat, we know where to go. Oh, gosh darn it. Oh man, yeah, we were very close to. Okay, it's obviously Scarlet Rot. Earlier I was saying, what the heck kind of buildup is this? It's Scarlet Rot buildup. Okay, soundscape in here is quite eerie as well. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Oh, I thought I was sufficiently behind the tree. Delay. It reminds me of an attack that Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin, had. But that was obviously chaos. And not holy damage or whatever this is. Gosh darn it, really spamming that now. No, I was too. Oh, whoops. I suppose that would definitely give one away. Panic roll though. Keep getting greedy, paying for it. If you could figure out some sort of path through that, and you'd be able to get a few additional hits in, but it's hard to do that, I think. You can see that it starts to give off the effect of whatever that the Scarlet Rot before they actually come after you. So, oh gosh darn it! So it makes it kind of obvious. Oh, quit talking, Aegon. Makes it kind of obvious what they're about to do. Oh, come on. That was close. Gosh darn it. I think we got them caught in this cycle because they're trying to... they're chaining, basically. Trying to go back to where they're supposed to be. So even though I'm not actually running into the catacombs or whatever that is, we're definitely still cheesing the boss. Because yeah, their pathing is kind of screwed up. Oh, darn it. messed that one up again. Okay. Here we go. All or nothing, basically, at this point. I'm always much too early with that one attack. I think they're supposed to follow that attack up with like a running jump attack, but because they're also chaining, they don't end up actually doing that. No, I got greedy. Aegon, why? You know, I'm in quite a pickle now because, of course, we only ended up in this situation because I ran away from another boss fight. So now I can't very well run away from this one as well, even though I've already clearly tried to do that. So yeah, whoops. Oh gosh darn it, Aegon. Oh no. Oh, I thought I was out of reach. No, that's bad. Oh my gosh. Those friends did not last. Did not last at all. Oh, dreadful. No. Wow, that was almost the fail of the century. Although perhaps I shouldn't speak too soon. Still lots of century left. Oh my goodness. Don't screw this up, Aegon, please. Yes! Get kind of cheesed, I guess. Green Burst Crystal Tear and Flame Shrouding Cracked Tear. I think I said, yeah, Flame Shrouding Cracked Tear. Oh, I wanted something from the minor Erdtree, and I guess I got it, but yeah, I didn't realize I would have to defeat a monstrous boss in order to get it. Oy, okay. Green Burst Crystal Tear. A crystal tear forms slowly over the ages where the Erdtree's bounty falls to the ground. Can be mixed in the flask of wondrous physic. The resulting concoction temporarily boosts stamina recovery speed. And Flame Shrouding Cracked Tear. The resulting concoction temporarily boosts the power of one's fire attacks. So I guess, yeah, the best combo will probably be these two right now, because this one temporarily boosts one's strength. I guess that doesn't really do a lot for us. Wow, I can't believe we actually did it. We lost something like 6,000 runes in the process, as well as about 45 minutes to an hour of recording time. So it was not without its cost. Toxic mushroom, okay. What is that? A mushroom covered in toxic mold that grows in rotten lands. Material used for crafting items. A skilled hand can repurpose its toxic mold into an effective ward against scarlet rot. Wow, I was really not sure if we were going to ever defeat that friend. So now we can go back to exploring the landscape in relative peace. I say relative peace because there's still all sorts of very dangerous looking friends about. I suppose we can remove this beacon. There we go. I could have just done that from the menu, but oh my goodness, so many options as I'm walking around just thinking about the different possibilities for the thumbnail for this episode. That looks like a giant... Oh, I don't know what I just did there. Oops, buffed my weapon by accident. It looks like a giant basin of vows, sort of. The music here is all sorts of eerie. That's an item. I'm going to assume that we have to access that from above. Once again, I've completely gone against my own exploration heuristic as far as up before down goes. My excuse for that is going to simply be that I typically do that in confined areas like a chalice dungeon or... Oh gosh, we still have to do with the Great Archer, don't we? Like a chalice dungeon or catacombs or tunnel. One of those areas, conveniently. Okay, so I guess we could have snuck by still by just... Or could we? No, I'm not sure that we could have. I was expecting this path to connect with this one here, but it looks like that pretty sure that's the Bestial Sanctum there. I really want to know what's going on with Giant Jarfriend. I don't think we're going to find out today, though, because we are running out of time. That is a fancy-looking great bow, friend. Gosh, I just absolutely love the look of this area, even if I find it just absolutely terror-inducing. And terrifying. He says as he gulps, like a cartoon character. Gulp. Okay, yeah, we really cannot get over there, I don't think. Mushroom, oh mushroom, indeed. So I wonder if I'm going to assume the path to get there would just sort of lead from here. Because the way they made it seem on the map... Oh, yeah, actually that makes sense. Because we're actually far off the path at this point. That's the problem with, obviously, top-down maps. You have no sense of the verticality of the space. Okay, well, I guess that's it for over here. Obviously, we still have the catacombs to do, but we're not doing that tonight. We still have all these friends over here. Let's see if I can die getting an alluring skull. Oh, it's so alluring. So I guess this friend, the boss whose name I've already forgotten, they grab the tears, consume the tears of the minor Erdtree in a way that, yeah. In some of the other areas, the earlier areas of the game, the minor Erdtree would just sort of, you know, free items essentially. But so yeah, so I was thinking we'd come over here, get whatever items are associated with the Erdtree, and then be on our way. I did not anticipate that horrifying monstrosity of a boss would make life that much more difficult for us. So this, I think... Is that Raya Lucaria? That might be Raya Lucaria. Wow, still an obscene amount to explore in this game. Okay, let's head back to the Rotview Balcony. Oh no, I don't want... I mentioned earlier, yeah, that someone at FromSoft is playing, has been watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And in one of the later seasons, there was a joke about, you know, the things that the one character, Charlie Kelly, sees. And one of the things was a bird with teeth. And yep, more or less looked like this, although not nearly as horrifying, I will say. So indeed, we can see the fungus. Those are the toxic mushrooms growing and infecting the trees. Again, just fungus everywhere. And tryptophobia, or whatever the heck that is called, the fear of the tiny circles. Oh my gosh, it's like, I just get goosebumps looking at all this stuff. Just disgusting. You know, certainly I don't imagine it's nearly as bad as that which people with arachnophobia and whatnot deal with when playing Souls games. Because, yeah, how do you even manage that? Not even sure that it's possible. I'm sorry, friend. Okay, we need to fix our talisman because... Yeah, I was trying to do anything there to just make something happen. And I suppose it eventually worked out, but yeah, that was a difficult boss fight. In the end, I feel good that I only semi-cheesed them. I definitely at least partially cheesed the boss. Thank you. Oh my gosh, okay. That message totally warned me about what was about to happen there. I'm like, oh, behind, okay. Let's give that a quick, good rating. That was not very nice, guys. Gosh, he has so much HP. No! Okay, that's bad. Oh, no. How dare you? The way they lift their arms up in the air, it's like, I'm gonna get you. Better watch out, I'm gonna get you. And yet, that one friend actually got me. Something else I realized while looking through the item descriptions of the various, or I guess I should say re-realized, because I would have read this description previously, that jellyfish friend is female. I've been referring to them mostly, I think, as they. What was their name again? Aurelia. I think I'll continue calling her jellyfish friend. I don't know that I'm going to remember that, but yeah. I felt bad when I was thinking about alternatives. Because jellyfish friend was not faring especially well in that boss fight. And in fact has not been faring well in several consecutive boss fights. So I was thinking of alternatives, just reading the descriptions of the different summons that I had available to me. And I was like, oh my goodness, friends. It's funny. My wife doesn't mind watching horror movies. Like, there are certain things that she won't watch just because, like, she gets grossed out by too much blood and whatnot. But, she, is quite, for someone who gets grossed out by blood and really freaked out by certain horror movies, she's quite brave as far as, okay, let's watch this, let's watch that. A recurring trope in our horror movie or series viewing experiences is everything turning into a zombie movie eventually. One example, oh gosh, I guess anything I mention at this point will be a spoiler, kind of, by virtue of what I just said. But, so, I guess fast forward 30 seconds if you don't want me to spoil any horror thing ever. 30 seconds from now. And yeah, basically we were watching Midnight Mass. A tremendous show. I quite enjoyed it, especially because of its philosophical sort of themes and whatnot. But also because it was, frightening and unnerving. But yeah, essentially in the end, she's just like, what the heck? Even this turned into a zombie movie. It's just basically a bunch of mindless zombies running around in the end. And yeah, it's funny just looking at all those friends just sort of walking around, just walking through the town looking for something, some sort of brains, and I just can't help but think, oh my gosh, even Elden Ring has become a zombie thing. Obviously, that's not quite what they are. It's not that simple, but yeah, that's what I thought in the moment. I just thought that was kind of funny. Okay, so in order to get that item, I wonder if this friend can actually jump all this way. Or are they just going to get confused and jump down? kind of jump to the left and then walk sideways. And then if I jump really high, I'm sure I can do it. Okay, they're just going to get confused. So, again, I have to have more faith in fall damage. Yeah, not a single point of HP did I lose there. So, gosh, get those tiny circles away from me. Okay, just hold still for 1 second. Thank you. Really hope this is the only item and that we only have to do this once. Ah, Rune Arc. Okay, that's kind of worth it. Suppose we could have just done some co-op or something and earned that way, but those types of items have to be in the world somewhere in case you are not actually doing co-op, so makes sense. I do wonder, with the Rune Arc, I suppose they still haven't even really tried to use it. And if there's any time I'm going to use it, it's going to be when I'm recording. So I really should have at least considered trying it against that boss, but oh well. Whoa! Regrets. Looking good, buddy. Oh, thanks. Okay. Let's head back to the shack, or the Rotview Balcony, as it were. Okay, it's hard for me to know at this point how long we've actually been recording, because, yeah, there's so much of the time in this episode I will have spent fighting that one boss. Or I guess fighting both the bosses that I fought in this episode. So where did those friends come from? Oh, what the heck? Did they just appear out of thin air? Eerie as all heck. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure how much time of actual viewable content will be in this episode, because my recordings combined for this episode, there are 3 of them, are at like maybe 2.5 hours, but given the amount of time I spent dying to bosses and the likelihood that there will need to be a death montage for both bosses is, or at least for the second one we fought, are rather high. So I do think that I have a bit more time than I'm imagining I do, but not a ton. And to return to the point I was discussing earlier, you know, I've talked about soundscapes and the sounds in the world and how eerie and wonderful they are, but I've not talked about really is the music and the very interesting decision that FromSoft made to basically have music everywhere, or more or less everywhere. Here's that prophet friend again. What was the point of these again? We're supposed to light it or something. There was a purpose to this, I thought. Oh. A valiant attempt to save it, but yeah, at least the one in Limgrave had some purpose to it, but I just can't remember what the heck it was. And yeah, so obviously each area has its own unique music. And that's very interesting. It's up until this point, I believe that's something that FromSoft has only really done with hub areas that, you know, Firelink Shrine. I always remember, like, first time playing Dark Souls, it was my first Souls game, and just how cool it was that, you know, when you arrived at Firelink Shrine, the music would sort of fade in, always at the same, I'm not even going to try and mimic it, but always at the same note. And that as you were leaving, it would sort of slowly fade out. So it was, what's the term for it? I think it's diegetic or something. Like the music is actually in the world, but it wasn't. Whereas in this, it's, the music is in the world, but it isn't. But it's, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it takes away from... Because what was special to me about, you know, the Firelink Shrine music and the music in the Souls games was that it was so scarcely used that when it was used, it was very, you know, it had an impact. Whereas you could argue that by having music in most areas, it doesn't quite have the same level of impact. Yeah, these friends are in rough shape. Oh my goodness. Like... Where does one even begin? Oh, absolutely just dreadful. Oh, there's someone sitting in a chair or not sitting in a chair. Up to this point, I think the area that I was most sort of freaked out by in terms of like it just giving me a visceral sort of reaction and just making me feel dreadful for, you know, any in-game characters inhabiting that particular space was the painting in Dark Souls 3, the painting of Ariandel, and just all the rot and stuff there. And you know, this is obviously very similar, even the same word that's used, rot, to describe everything. What's going on with this friend? Okay. Oh, thank you. That's... I believe Somber Smithing Stone is for boss items. It's sort of the Twinkling Titanite equivalent in this game, which is great. We've just not really found any special weapons that are really worth upgrading. Okay, do we want to call Jellyfish Friend to help us here? I think we do. Aurelia, Jellyfish Friend, we need you. Do your thing. Okay, we are eventually, of course, going to have to... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what was that? What was that? Oh my goodness. Are they fighting each other? Wow, okay. Okay, I'm not above that. Ouch! Okay, I didn't think they could go through the trees. Okay, we definitely need a different strategy for this. Oh my goodness. Okay, Sight of Grace, thank you, Grace. What is this area? Like, I knew it was going to be bad. But obviously, I was not prepared for this. Caelem Ruins. Okay. I saw sort of be wary of group. Thank you. Oh. Yep. Yep. As soon as we grab it, those two flames are also going to turn into friends, I imagine. Yep. Okay. There they are. There they are. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's frightening. Thankfully, they slow down quite a bit. I mentioned Back Rooms by Kane Pixels earlier. The noise that the monster makes in that is actually eerily reminiscent of the noise these friends make when they're about to explode. So, these people were clearly, I think, or at least, you know, I'm speculating here, but I think it's kind of obvious. They were burned to death by the soldiers who were attempting to control the spread of rot. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess they were burned to death by that thing. It's terrifying. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Okay, who's piloting that thing? Just running in circles. Is this the one I've already got, or is this a different one? Okay, yeah, I've already rested there. Or lit it, at least. Oh my goodness, okay. I'm just trying to survive at this point. But I'm just running in circles. If you're dealing with them one at a time, it's not so bad, but when there's a huge group of them, you're really in trouble. I'm sorry, friends. You didn't deserve that kind of death. No one does. Oh my goodness. Okay, how many of these things are... Oh my gosh. I guess they are more or less in the process of burning down the entire town. So I guess it makes sense that there would be a bunch of them, but still, I don't like it. Oy. What a stressful episode this one's. In the best possible way, of course, but my goodness. There's so much happening. Okay, so there's a little friend sort of crouched on the bottom piloting these things. There's a little cockpit there in the back. Oh my goodness. So we just have to get behind them somehow. Oh my goodness. Oh. No fair. Oh my goodness. Yes, get wrecked. Oh. Fire Blossom, okay. Okay, now we gotta make sure we don't get cornered by another one of them. That I'm gonna give it to that friend. He was pretty crafty and trying to keep me in front of them. They're definitely quite exposed back there. Okay, the question is, can we get these fire tank friends and these dogs fighting one another? Because isn't that what the fire tank friends should be doing? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, the dog is even running away now. Oh, friends, I'm sorry. Oh, just awful, this place. Oh my gosh, there's the dog. No! Gosh darn it. Yeah, my plan completely backfired there. Because it actually looks like the dogs and the fire tanks are cool with one another. So, yeah, that did not work at all. So, I think I'm going to grab my runes, and then I'm going to call it an episode, because, yeah, we've done a lot, and I am exhausted. We have a ton of stuff to explore here, but I want to be able to take my time and do it properly. Because at the moment, I'm obviously just doing what I can to stay alive, but not really fully taking in the area. So, thank you all very, very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!